Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is Jack from CruiseCasinoMafia.com. And it's been a little bit of a wild ride last week. I had to take some days off. I was away in Nashville. We were doing some major testing throughout the last week and a half of some major stuff that we're working on in the Baccarat game sector. And then, of course, I get back from Nashville last week at the end of the week, and that night I wake up in the middle of the night with massive pain. I knew exactly what it was because I unfortunately have had this happen over the last 15 years, and it was a kidney stone. That's right. The worst pain imaginable. Terrible, terrible. It feels like you've been shot. There's no way to explain the pain. So I have not done any videos on the YouTube channel public side, and members of Cruise Casino Mafia's private membership got an email from me, but we haven't done any new emails. Today is the first day where I've been able to get sleep and not be in pain, so hopefully today's a day I can get some stuff done. So with that being said, this is a system that I saw on Roulette Master's channel. I think it was a while back. I don't think it was real recent. I keep things that I have an interest in testing, and I make a little note of it. And when something is curiosity, piques my curiosity and I test it, I put it through the ringer. And only then do I actually talk about it or bring it up to either our members or here on the public channel. This one has been really cool. So instead of putting this on the private side, I decided to do another demo of this for people that probably did not see this on the Roulette Master channel. Remember, he does a new system every day. Some are good, some are bad, some are garbage. You get what you get when you do 365 systems a year. That's the way it works. He puts a lot of work into it, but it's a pain in the ass to put out that much content. So this was one of the ones I like. So it's real easy. This is basically a system that the creator that sent it in to him looks to make $200 a day on. And I'll tell you the truth, I think most days you could probably get away with that. I'm not saying this is a holy grail. I'm not saying you can't get in trouble. I'm saying that this is a relatively good bet selection. The money management is not bad. It's not bad. So let's go ahead and just show you what it looks like. And if you like it, you should be testing it on your own. So we're going to do a first dozen bet of $35, a third bet dozen of $35, and then we're going to do these two corner bets. The 1721 and the 1620. And you see they're overlapping. Okay? That's not a mistake. That's the way it works in this system. Let's go ahead and spin and see what happens. And like we said, we're going to look for like 180 to 200 range. Okay, that's a win, right? That's a win. So we are now up on that one. That's a $45. Well, actually, that's a win, but it's a partial loss. I'm sorry. It's $80 to make the bet. I'm still getting used to this simulator. So we won 45. So that's a partial loss. Partial loss. We do not go up on our bets on one partial loss. But if we have a second one, let me explain this. If we have a total loss, we're going to double our bets. If we have a partial loss, we do not double until we have a second partial loss if we're not at a session high. Okay? If we're not at a session high when we get to the second partial loss. So let's just go ahead and let's rebet and see what happens. And again, we're going to make about $180 or so. Okay, that's a win, right? That's a full win. We're back to $9.90, all right? So we're just going to rebet. And we're not at our session high because the session high obviously was what we started with. All right, that's another win. And the beauty of this system that I really liked was we do get a lot of wins with this system. Now we're at our session high, 1,015. So we restart our account in regards to partial losses. So we're just going to rebet and spin. Let's see if we can get in that 180, 175, 150, 200 range. That's another win. We'll go ahead. We're at $40 profit right now, and we're going to rebet. And the demos that I've done on this have been pretty good. There have been very few dangerous scenarios. Okay, that's another partial loss. So that leaves our count at 1. We don't go up yet. And that's what I like about this system. It's not forcing the martingale immediately. Unless we get a total loss, which we haven't had yet. It does slow things up. There we go. All right, that's another new, I believe that's a session high, 130. So we'll restart our partial loss counter. We'll go back and we'll spin. $23. That is a loss. So that is a full loss. So you guys will get to see. So we go back out and then we double our bet and we spin. So that's the first time we've had to double our bet. All right. That brings us back to 1,000, but it doesn't bring us back to our session high, right? So you have to make a choice here. Right? You have to make a choice. I believe the way this was originally shown was that you're going to stay at this level for another win, which would get us to our session high and then go back. So we'll play it that way. But if you want to play it ultra conservative, you can certainly say, listen, I'm back at $1,000 and I'll just restart from there back at the base level. And that's perfectly fine. But we'll do it the more aggressive way this time. We'll go back out with the same bet, and we'll hope for a win, and then we'll definitely bring it back down. And we got it. All right, there we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back out there with our original bets. We're at a session high of 1,050. So we're going to do our 35. One more. 35. All right. And then we're going to do our $5 corner bets here and here. Here we go. All right. So that should bring us up to $75. We rebet and spin. You know what I like about this? You guys know I love columns and dozens bets. And this is kind of just a variation of those column and dozen bets with a little bit of kick. And that's another win. And we're already up. I think we were up $100. $100 at this point. And there's it. There we go again. So we're up 125. We're getting close now. We need a few wins, and we're going to be at our profit target. And if you're happy with 125, take your money and run. Remember, we've been playing for like 8 minutes here, and we're up $125. I think that's pretty damn good. Whoop, there you go. That's a loss. That's a total loss. So we're going to go out, and we're going to do our double up. Where's the double up thing again? There it is. There we go. All right, so let's see where we're at. We're at 1,095. Okay, so we're just off of our session highs. I'm going to tell you at this point, I don't want to take that kind of risk. So I'm going to go back to our base bet, and you can do it any way you want, right? You could stay up there for one more bet. Whoops. What did I just do? But you know me. I'm always going to try to be as conservative as possible and still play it the right way. So I'm not looking to push the envelope. You could have stayed for one more bet if you wanted to. But I went back to reality here. So it takes me a little bit longer to get to the see how it helped? That was a total loss. So we would have had to been way up there jumping our bets. So now we're going to our double up from there. And let's go. So we've hit a little bit of a snag here. And there's a win. So let's see where we're at. We're down to $65 profit, which is definitely off of our session high. So this time, I'm gonna stay with the higher bet. And that creates more risk, but there you go. All right. So we're back up $115. You know damn well that what I'm doing. We're going back to the base bets and try to lock this thing up as fast as possible to get into our range for our session profit target. I don't take any more risk than I have to. And you see on some of these crazy channels where they're doubling and doubling and doubling, and they don't need to do that. And yeah, they make a giant amount of money. If you want to put your bankroll at extreme risk, go right ahead and do that. You know, that's not the way I play. There's enough risk in this game playing roulette and having to double bets on occasion than to take the extra risk. All right, that's a partial loss. So we're just going to go back out. You remember, on first partial loss, you don't do anything. If we get a second partial loss, then we have to go up. And that is a second. Oh, actually, that's not a second partial loss, because it hit right in the area where it's covering both of the corners. How do you like that? So we'll stay right there. We got lucky on that one. It hit right here. So we're covering both corner bets, so it ended up not being any kind of a loss. There you go. Let's see where that puts us. We're at 115 right now. Uh-oh. Full loss. Got to go out. Double. So it's been choppy here in this second half of the demo. We haven't gotten in crazy trouble. There's a win. That puts us almost back. We're at $85 profit. So I think the highest we've been is probably like around 120 or something like that. So we're still down there, but we don't have to do anything. We're looking for 2-3 wins in a row at that $25 win level, and we're good to go. And that is not it. We got to go out. That's a full loss. And we're going to go up. We're going to double this time. We really need this one. All right, that is a partial win. That's not good, guys. So we have to stay at this level. And we've taken a big hit. All right, that's a full win. We're back to 885. We're still not even close to getting back to break even, so we've got to go back out there. So this time we're in trouble. We had a great run, and then it collapsed. Okay, that's what we needed. All right, we're almost back to break even. I'm not going to stay at that nosebleed level. So you can see that you can get in trouble. Remember, this is roulette, guys. I don't care who shows you a system or whether we're testing somebody else's system or whatever. You got to have the bankroll and you got to have the patience. So we're back at our base level now because we're not pushing it. You could stay at the nosebleeds, but you're risking your entire bankroll. All right, so there we go. So we're back up $10, which means we're starting over basically. And I'm okay with that. That's the difference between me and some of these other guys. They're going to stay at the nosebleeds. There you go. That's that in between again. So we made about $10 on that. So we're up $20 right now. So we basically had to start over. But the difference is, if you would have pushed it to the limit, you could have crushed your bankroll. We didn't do that. Here's another win. We're up 45. And we'll play for a little longer and see if we can get closer to that 175. If not, we'll see when we want to quit. And there's another win. We're up 70. So now we're getting the wins in a row back to back. Well, that's super slow. What's going on there? All right, here we go. Another win. We're up almost 100 now. So now is the time where we need to see if we can put a few together, and then we'll just call it quits. Oh, that did not do it. So you know what happens now. We got to double up. That wasn't good timing. All right, there's a win. We're back up 65. You know what we'll do? We'll stay here and see if we push it a little bit. So you guys can see what happens instead of going back to the base level. And you can make your own decisions on that. Hey, you always look like a genius when it works out, right? So we're back up 115. Now we are definitely going back. I mean, and it's up to you guys. It really depends on how aggressive you want to be and how big of a bankroll. Oh, I did not put the other two. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. All right, that would have been a loss anyway. Okay, so we got lucky there. I forgot to put the 2 bets out. So let's go ahead. Yeah, we're going to have to go out there. And we're going to have to put our 5 out here. And here. And that was going to be a loss, so we're going to have to double. So it's been pretty choppy the second half of this video. Hey, there's a win. You got to have patience. We're almost back up to the $100 mark. We've had a real hard time. The minute we get over the 100, we've been having an issue. Let's keep it at this level, at the higher level. The secondary level for just one more spin and see if we made a mistake or not. And we did make a mistake. You see what happens? So learning lesson there. I could have gone back to the base level. I did not, and it burnt me. So now it's a full loss. We're going to have to double again. Full loss. Not good. So here we go. Here we go. We're down to our last bet, and we would have lost our bankroll here. Our $1,000 bankroll. All right? Here we go. So this has not been a good demo. Let's see if we can make a comeback. You know, I did play this, in all honesty, quite a few times before I did this video. And I was able to get into the 150, 175, 200 range, most of them. So I don't want you guys to think that this system is no good. I'm showing you, and you're seeing that sometimes you can get in trouble. And that's why you do these demos. That's why you have to do it. So we're just going to stay up here and see if we can make a comeback or not. I had no problem getting to my profit targets, and now on the video I am, so it shows you the way things work. Here we go. We'll just stay at this level. We're going to need a lot of help to come back. There's one of them. All right. We're either going to come all the way back or we're going to be done. All right, it's working. I think our timing was just terrible. You know, sometimes that happens. Another win. See how many wins in a row we had? We just needed this to happen. We were at 115 or 100, and we would have gotten to our 200. So it's all about having the bankroll and the patience. That's just the way it goes. We're back to 875. We'll do it. We'll put our foot in the shark tank one more time. And then I think we're going to call it quits. I think you guys understand how to play it. There you go. All right, so we're almost back to break even. You see that? We're at 975. So I'm going to leave it there. You guys saw we got up as much as 120 and we could have quit, which would have been perfectly fine. But for purposes of the video, we just kept playing. You understand that when you have a total loss, you're going to double. You're not going to double on the first partial loss. You're only going to double if you have a second partial loss and you're not in session at a session high. So I recommend testing this one out. You saw the good and the bad with this little bet selection. I'm telling you, it has worked pretty damn good. It was really choppy in this demo. But I'm glad you guys got to see that instead of it just being some miracle holy grail system, which it's not. None of these are. This is a viable system, though. You may want to tweak the money management, but I like the coverage of this system. I definitely like the coverage of this system. So check it out. If you guys want to see our private videos and private systems, check out cruisecasinomafia.com. We're still allowing people to get in at the discounted rate if you use our promo code MAFIA and the number 50. Last thing I would say is this. We are going to be showing you guys some Baccarat systems coming up. One of them we just showed in the last week. And there's another few systems that are coming up that are incredible. Incredible. So go ahead. Check us out. Join. It's a one-time fee. You're going to get over close to 400 videos now, systems and concepts. And we're adding on a weekly basis. We add additional content. We'll see you on the inside of cruisecasinomafia.com. We'll see you on the next one.